Hello and welcome to Bonus Action / the Back of the Room / TBD News, the show where we talk about Playotic in the front of the room and stuff, and we don't know what it's called yet because the branding is confusing. But I hope you all are having a wonderful Thanksgiving, or had a wonderful Thanksgiving rather. It is Thursday as we are recording this video, and my stomach is very full from all of the food that we've eaten. We've had a wonderful day, and I hope you have as well. And I hope the news that we're about to share with you will brighten your day as you're watching this. It's going to be a quick episode. We kind of covered a lot of the stuff in the State of Chaos video that we just did, but just diving right into it, we are beginning all of the work on revamping everything, going through all of the streamer bot code, the interactions, emotes, roles, the Discord, cleaning up a lot of things that are long overdue, just because from week to week when there's a stream happening every week, I'm terrified of like deleting something or moving something and then finding out once we're live, oh crap, I needed that. So now that we don't have like actually anything streaming right now, it's affording me a much overdue opportunity to actually clean up some stuff, organize some things, and build a solid foundation for going forward. That's going to mostly start, I mean, I've already kind of started on the back end of things, but you'll probably start noticing some stuff like roles and other things changing beginning tomorrow. There's no real deadline on any of that. Don't worry, Monkey Man. If I'm going to actually delete a channel, I will warn everybody. But go ahead. I will say, go ahead and if there's anything that you absolutely like need to keep, maybe go ahead and save it for now. I don't know what changes we are going to make, but you know that's a problem for future us. We are still working on developing a content schedule. We had some ideas of what we were going to do after Salt Marsh, but with everything kind of changing so drastically all at once, we're kind of using this as an opportunity to just kind of pump the brakes a little bit and like really think about a more I don't know what the word would be, just a more robust content schedule, something that we're not having to kind of put together on the fly constantly. And our first piece of content on that schedule, it's actually something we've had scheduled behind the scenes for a little while now. On December 12th at 6 p.m. Central Time, Kaylee, what are you doing?
I'm running a game for the third time. I am going to be doing Kaylee Runs a Game. Again, we're going to probably, the moniker is probably going to change because who wants to see Kaylee run a game? Nobody.
Nobody wants to see Kaylee run a game. No. Plus, you know what you're doing now. So the whole, like, I don't know. I mean, no, I don't.
That's a lie. Like, I still don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's I know when to roll for initiative. Like,
hey, you know what? That's great. That's really all you need to know because everything else is absolute chaos.
Yeah. So that's on December 12th at 6 p.m. Central on the Playotic channel.
Yes.
So like we said before, Playotic is going to be TTRPG stuff. We're going to keep with that. So all TTRPG games we're going to be running on Playotic. So again, on Playotic, check that out. It's a Friday. And we're going to have a lovely group of cast members. Kind of cast is kind of weird.
I don't like cast.
I don't like cast.
Playmates.
I don't know if I like that.
We've got a lovely group of Playmates joining us on December 12th.
So we've got Sega's back, Mr. Curse of, or Lactation of Scrumbo himself. Sega Master's back. Make sure that you have, if you haven't checked him out, please make sure to check him out if you haven't already. We are bringing back the one, the only Gup. And Lord of Grilled Cheese himself, Boomerbuck.
It's going to be fantastic. If you haven't seen Boomerbuck or Sega playing any games, or you haven't seen Gup, they all have a very similar level of chaos energy, and putting them all together in a game with insane interaction. It's a level 21 shot, first of all.
Yes.
So there's already things like Wish, and we give them, I believe when we tell them to create a character, we can say any magic item, right?
It's like there's no limit. Said unlimited magic
unlimited
items.
As long as you can wear it, you can wield it within attunement rules anyway. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. There's all sorts of interactions. You can summon guns. You can, I don't even remember what's in there, but you can kill people with pooping. It's
He's not wrong, but like I don't know if there's death by defecation. And
I mean, there's power word defecate.
There is power word defecate.
Yeah,
there's also power word kill.
There is,
and there may be some new ones. But there's like we tend to kind of revamp them each time just to make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But there's like gonna be some common ones. Like I know everyone seemed to love the fact that every not $10, 1,000 bits. Every 1,000 bits, another monster, like a wandering monster, appears. So we will have that. We'll have like we may bring the accents back, although we'll see who uses it this time.
Yeah. If you have any ideas for any interactions you would like to see, both in Kaylee Runs a Game and otherwise, make sure to comment down below what you would like to see. We have a list of ideas that we kind of work through that we sort of tweak and revamp every time we do one of these. But who better to tell us what you want than you yourselves? Yeah.
So if you want to comment down below or go into... I guess the Playotic Discord, if you want to go into the Playotic Discord and mention us, it can just be in general chat right now while we revamp stuff. If you just want to shout out an idea, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of crazy interactions. It's going to be a great time. I'm excited. It's boys' night. With
last
me
time was
in
ladies'
charge.
night.
Last time it was ladies' night. It was the girls and the girls and the gays is what I called it because we had a few non-binary. I think we had 2 non-binary.
2 non-binary, and Gup was also supposed to be in there. But
Gup was it was supposed to be girls, the gays, and Gup, but it was the girls, the gays, and Nolan this time.
Yeah, iGator summoned me.
If you haven't seen that, that is on my channel, but we may be putting it on the Playotic channel instead, just as a VOD, just for all you guys to watch.
But other than Kaylee Runs a Game, we've also got I'm in the early stages. I don't really have anything to share about it yet, but I am in the early planning stages of a Pathfinder 2nd Edition pre-recorded game, as well as in the early planning stages of a recurring game to be streamed on Playotic. So as soon as I kind of narrow down some players, campaign, a one-shot, a framework, all of the stuff that goes into planning those things, I've got some ideas of what I was going to do, but I'd like to take some time to revamp it a little bit and build it better into the system that we're building. So once I have more information about that, we will say it here on the next iteration of this yet to be named show.
Hopefully next week we will also have a name for the show. It's just, what if it's just a joke that it's just the show not to be named?
It could be. Yeah. You never know. If we keep just referring to it as that, then it's sort of
the no news show.
Exactly. And the more news that we have known will be known to you, as like right now there's not much to be known, so there's not much for us to say to you.
No news.
As we get more news, there will be more news to be said.
News for you and me.
Kaylee, you've got some other stuff happening though too, right?
Yes. So we're going to be starting streaming again on the Front of the Room. We reached affiliate a couple weeks ago, which thank you guys so much for that.
Yes, thank you.
And now that we are affiliate, we would like to give you more dedicated content. So on Wednesdays, I will be doing weekly Wednesday streams. As of right now, I have a few games that I plan on playing. I just don't know which one I'm going to start with. Whether it's going to be more of a challenge run theme on Wednesdays, or if it's going to be more of a playthrough. And I could do both, where it's a first time playthrough or it's a challenge run. We'll see what you guys like. And if there's a specific thing that you guys want me to play or you guys like, that'll be on Wednesdays, with alongside with kind of our, like, I'll be playing the game, but Nolan may be in Discord or even on camera, like watching. Ash may be joining. We may have some people who are regulars that come in. I know, for example, this isn't going to happen on Wednesday, but Monkey Man have been in talks about doing date everything. So like someone like Monkey Man, you may see on stream. So just to give you guys an example, it's not going to be just the Kaylee show. That's kind of what I'm going with here. But not next week. We're not
starting next Wednesday, or yes. Starting Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Next
the 3rd,
Wednesday, I will be starting
a weekly stream of some kind.
Yes. I don't know exactly which game yet because it is Thursday today, and I'm like, I have not picked a game yet. So we're not sure what game, but that will be on Wednesday. And then we will be doing every other Thursday. You guys seem to like decorating scents. That was really fun, especially for me and Ash. So we're going to be doing bi-weekly streams on Thursdays of a reaction to decorating scents. That will be, like I said, every other Thursday. And since it is every other Thursday, we're not sure if we're starting the next Thursday or the Thursday after. So that will be an announcement made in Discord.
Yes.
So that way you guys will know if it's happening this Thursday or the other Thursday.
Hey, you know what's terrifying is I'm looking at the calendar right now, and April is not that far away. I know we're still very much in 2025, but I'm like, I have to start planning for Extra Life soon.
That is like almost 4 months.
I actually just talked to Gup about it yesterday. He's wrapping up some things with school and some other things, and we were discussing when we could meet to start planning Extra Life, because it's now. Let me make it very clear. I'm not trying to make it sound like we put 5 months of planning effort into it. It's very much like this is our process because of how scatterbrained the both of us are. We need a 5-month lead up time to make sure we do everything we need to do. But
Nolan likes to do 5 months of work in 2 weeks.
Yes. Yes.
But I have seen him, at least knowing him well since like the last Extra Life. He does start around this time.
Yes, we do. So. Also, I'm really excited. I keep sort of teasing it, and I haven't even tested it with anybody yet. So that's a little terrifying, but I'm going to go ahead and drop it now. This is going to be the first sort of exclusive news. I have a really cool idea for Extra Life this coming year. That we've something that's been discussed in the past is, you know, somebody comes and they generously donate their time to play games with us for no benefit to them. Like for one, we actively discourage getting cheers and subscriptions and whatnot while we're doing Extra Life. Any money that comes in during that weekend, we want it to go to Extra Life. Yes. But we also, when we have people join us that have their own communities, a lot of times, like, you know, you'll get 2 to 3, maybe, I mean, even sometimes more, but typically there'll be a handful of people that are like, oh, this content creator, this streamer, whatever, that I really like is streaming over on this channel. I'm going to go check out that channel and see what they're doing. But they may have, like, on an average stream, 40, 50, 60 viewers, for example, that just don't come watch what we're doing, which is fine. I'm not here for the viewership numbers, but what if I told you that I have an idea to allow, say, Sega Master or Twig or anybody else that has their own community that normally watches and supports them to be able to restream our stream on their channel so that we could combine all of those communities into one super community for Extra Life, thereby reaching more people, thereby helping more children. It's almost like the Twitch host feature that they took away years ago, except better. Anyway, I've got a really cool idea to make that happen. I'm really excited to try to put it into action. I just need to actually test it at some point between now and April, because I don't want Tabletop Weekend to be the first time that we test it.
No, we'll test it before then, for sure. But that is when you told me, like, I've had this idea, and I'm like, I think he's going to talk about this.
That's the one. The one I've been talking about for months.
He's been in my ear about it so much.
I'm really excited about it. And I know as soon as I have a conversation with Gup about it too, we're going to have all kinds of crazy ideas. We're going to invite pretty much, I mean, at this point, we invite basically everybody back every year and try to grow from there. But now is not the time to talk about Extra Life. Now is the time to talk about viewer questions. Yet another unnamed segment of this unnamed show. I
think Monkey Man called it Playmail.
Playmail. Oh, I must have missed that. I may have misread the comment just saying.
I think he called it Playmail. He said it's the first Playmail, and I'm like, okay.
we'll take. I've got no better option right now. So our first Playmail question actually comes from Monkey Man, and he asks, "Is the unprepared stuff going to be anything like how it was before when it started?" And yes, asterisk. I haven't fully decided if I'm going to run the unprepared again or if I'm going to run a sort of spiritual successor to the unprepared. However, I believe the question, I mean, you may be asking a fairly broad question, but if I am understanding correctly, you may be asking about a very specific aspect, which is when we first started the Unprepared, we had a Discord where I would post quests basically, and then everybody in that Discord would sort of self-organize into groups and say, hey, I've got a group of 3 people, we want to do this quest, you know, slot me in for a stream, and then we would stream it on a day, basically first availability, first come, first serve sort of priority. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to say that am going to do it because I haven't thought that far into the future yet. I'm still trying to decide if I do the Unprepared. Obviously, you may have seen a recent music video released by some up-and-coming rapper talking about the Unprepared. So it'd be kind of silly for them to go through all of that work and not do a new Unprepared.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know either. Anyway, all that to say, I haven't fully decided if I am going to do it or if I'm going to do something like it or if I'm going to do something totally different from it. But if the Unprepared comes back, there will probably be aspects similar to like it was where we had a sort of group bounty. I don't know that I want to do it like I did with Pathfinder once we kind of switched midway where it was just the same 3 people week after week. I mean, I had a great time with Gupash and Aaron doing that every week. Some of those games were the best games I've ever had. But we like to spread the love around a little bit. So we'll see. I don't know is the short answer of that. That is a long time in the future. Well, I say it's a long time in the future, but it is something that has not been fully answered yet. So as soon as we do know an answer, we will let you know. But that's about it. Any other news or updates or...
Nope, just kind of like we said, just to kind of overview, Playotic's going to remain the TTRPG stream and pre-recorded. We would like to focus a lot on pre-recorded content for you guys, but still have some element of interactivity, just because streaming is great and wonderful, but kind of like what a lot of people said, it's really hard to catch a stream and then keep up with the stream. Whereas with pre-recorded content, like you can easily kind of binge it a little bit better. And like with streams, the VODs can be like 3 to 4 hours. Whereas with pre-recorded content, it's like maybe an hour for an episode because it's cut. So we're focusing on that. The front of the room also focusing on some pre-recorded content. We have some ideas for that. But please, like, even if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I barely know Kaylee and Nolan, like they won't like my idea. Like, so either comment it below if you really don't want to like reach out to us individually. But Nolan's DMs are not open just because he's a loser. But my DMs are fully open, and like any ideas that you guys share with me, I will talk to Nolan about, because obviously it was important enough to you to share it. Or you can talk to us on the Front of the Room Discord or the Playotic Discord. So feel free to reach out to either of us in that way.
Yeah, and if you got any more questions, comments, whatever, hate mail, go ahead and comment it down below, and we will take a look at it and answer it, talk about it, discuss it in the next to-be-named news show. But in the meantime, I've got nothing else. Kaylee's got nothing else. I gotta go take a massive shit to figure out this food situation that I've put myself in from Thanksgiving, and I still suck at ending videos.